We get the congratulations here, and we get the smart ribbon. Hey, we actually get a ribbon for winning a contest? Wow, man, imagine that. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to LetsNot, and welcome back to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Alrighty, guys, so I'm really excited here to kick off a brand new series here at LetsNot. Where basically I'm going to go ahead and compare old games to new games where they kind of made some changes to how certain things worked. Specifically, obviously, today we're going to be talking about Diamond and Pearl, but the name of the series will be Then versus Now. So again, I'll be playing not just Pokemon games in here as well, but also be taking a look at some other really popular games where they made some, let's just say, questionable changes. And I want to really examine those changes and answer the question, are they good changes? Like honestly, because a lot of things they change may not necessarily be for the best. So without further ado, let's talk about Pokemon contests and just jump right into it. All right, so the very first thing I want to talk about with Pokemon contests in general was making Poffins, right? So when I'm going to go into one of these subjects and talk about, you know, contests, I want to talk about contests as a whole, right? So Poffins, ribbons, dressing up your Pokemon, all of these things are a part of the contest experience, right? The Pokemon contest experience, because they really only have to do with contests outside of like evolving Feebas, I guess, because that I guess you don't need to do contests, but you still need whatever. Feebas is a weird Pokemon anyway. But anyway, so let's jump into it and let's make some Poffins. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and show you guys just the experience here on both games of making Poffins. Again, not too much change here. So I'm just going to go with a very basic thing here. Toss in 4 berries and let's make some Poffins. So really in either case, I mean, the only thing that really changes is how you spin the Poffins, I guess. So where now I'm doing it on, you know, the Sword and Shield or the Nintendo Switch, I actually have to like spin around my Joy-Con. So it's actually kind of super annoying to do this, right? And I'm definitely going to break a Joy-Con here at some point. I had a little bit of an overflow there. But, you know, it is what it is. Not too bad. And then, obviously, when we're doing it on Diamond and Pearl, you know, we're using the touch screen instead. So using that bottom screen to create the Poffins. I've done this a couple times now. And the very first Poffin that I made on the new Diamond and Pearl, I 100% burnt the thing multiple times. And it just gave me a foul Poffin. So, yeah, it's not great. It's not great. I mean, I think this is just designed to work better overall with the touch screen. But, I mean, it's not the worst. It is what it is. But overall, this process is going to take about a minute, no matter which game you're on. So, it is what it is. I feel like I'm saying that a lot. But, yeah, so in general, you just want to keep spinning the thing. You try not to go too fast so it spills over. And you try not to go too slow so it doesn't burn, right? Really keep it in that ideal place. So, overall, there we have it. We have a dry, bitter Poffin level 18. In this case, we got 4 of them. So, cool. All right, so once we cook our Poffins, so I'm going to go ahead and say no, right? The process is still pretty much the same on, you know, how we use them for a Pokemon. So I go into my bag here, and then I'm just going to jump right over into the Poffin case here. So if I go over into key items, jump all the way in here to Poffin case and open that up, I will see all the Poffins that I've created, including those wonderful, wonderful burnt ones. So a dry bitter is going to raise up, obviously, the both smart category and the beauty category from the old games. So if I go ahead and give this to, for example, my Infernape, right? We get this wonderful little animation. And then it's going to go ahead and increase these 2 categories, right? So luckily in this case, Infernape does like dry food, so that works out really well in my favor. So I'm just going to go ahead and feed all of these to Infernape really quick. I actually don't even know which one we're going to jump into, like which contest, but we'll talk about why that doesn't matter as much, I guess, in just a second here. So now let's get into something where things actually start to change. And that's going to be the way that moves work with the contest, right? You actually have 2 areas to look at your moves. So the first area you have is your standard area, right? Tells you what the move does, how much power it has, all that good stuff. Same in both games. Now here's where things start to diverge. Each move has a contest rating. So this overall is where the system got completely overhauled, meaning that now these moves, instead of all being rated beauty, smart, cool, tough, all the things from the old games, now they don't have those ratings. So they maintain their types, and they just do these kind of boring generic things, right? So if we look specifically at the new game, the way the new game is handling this, right? Now we just see that hype points are going up. For 10 seconds, it's easier to fill the hype gauge. Hype gain will decrease by 2 if the groove is positive. But they don't really do as much, and they don't matter what contest you're in, right? So even though close combat in the old games would have been a tough type move, in this game I could use it in a beauty contest. It really doesn't matter in the way that it used to, right? And then here as well, flame wheel, again, hype will increase if the groove is positive, which is kind of silly because what they basically did is they took this system and they watered it down and they made stuff just straight up worse than other stuff. Like let's take a comparison here of close combat to flame wheel, right? Close combat, hype gain will increase by 2 if the groove is positive. Flame wheel, hype gain will increase by 2 if the groove is positive, but you only get 2 hype points for flame wheel, and you get 3 hype points for close combat. So literally looking at this, it's basically just that flame wheel is just a inferior version of close combat. You just get less for it, and otherwise they do the exact same thing. So overall, pretty boring, man. Pretty boring. Because like if we compare this to the other game, right? And we take out Baneri here and we look at Baneri, we see that Baneri has moves that are immediately designated as the category, right? So obviously I've gone really big into the smart category for Baneri here. But then we see moves like that will make you go last, that will make you do well if you go first, like, and each move, if you use a move outside of the type of contest you're in, you're really actually in quite a bit of trouble. So, like, again, it makes it so that if you're going into a smart contest, you really need to mon with mostly smart moves and ideally good smart moves, either moves that really focus on you going last or moves that set you up to get a bunch of points, like self-destruct gets a ton of hearts, but like you're done, right? So like there's a bunch of different moves and they have different effects. But overall, I think it was a way better system. And there's also this idea of the gauge filling up, right? And once the gauge fills up all the way, someone gets a bunch of hearts, right? So sometimes you want to stop the gauge from filling up, and it's kind of like the strategic balance. And we'll see more of it when we jump into the contest itself of when you want to use certain moves, when you want to fill up the gauge, and when you want to stop the gauge from filling up to make sure that you're going to be the one to get that giant bonus for maxing out the gauge, right? Gain that audience's favor. But again, that'll all make more sense when we jump into the contests themselves. And then ribbons as well are also a part of the contest experience. But obviously we don't have any on here yet. So what we'll do is we'll jump into the contests on both and showcase some of those ribbons. But without further ado, that's kind of the stuff I want to talk about before, how the moves work and such as that. So let's actually go to the contest hall, talk a little bit about dressing Pokemon up, and then we'll jump into the contest itself. Alrighty guys, we are back. We are at the contest hall now. So this is another piece of the game that diverges a ton between the old version of the game and the new version of the game. So I'll talk about both. So when it comes to the visual section of the Pokemon games, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl basically just completely got rid of the whole idea and the whole concept of the fashion case, right? So the fashion case is basically how in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl you would dress up your Pokemon before a contest. And based on how well your Pokemon was dressed, which really just meant how much crap you put on it from the fashion case, would be how many points you would score before the match even began. That, as well as the Poffins, which we talked about a little bit earlier, also kind of improved your visual score. So those two things. In Pokemon Diamond, Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond, they changed it up a bit to where it's now based on, again, the Poffins, but now also the stickers, right? So if you are going to be using a Pokemon, you have to make sure that your ball capsule is set with a bunch of stickers. So to do that, you go into your start menu like you see here, you jump into the capsule here, and you select a Pokemon and then put a bunch of stickers on this. So I'm going to pick Infernape, right? Because he's going to be the Pokemon I'm using in the contest. And I'm just going to honestly put a ridiculous amount of stickers here, right? So I'm just going to put a bunch of stickers, and you can put up to 20. So honestly, because I'm taking him to the contest, we're just going to go all out. We're going to put a ridiculous amount of stickers all over this thing. The one thing I will say that is kind of nice about the stickers on the Pokeball, this doesn't just affect contests, right? When you send out your Pokemon to battle, you do get to see these as well. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. And it does, also combo with shinies really cool. So in this regard, like, it probably does win over. I mean, I like the fashion case. I like using the fashion case, and I think it's kind of a cool little thing to do to your Pokemon. But ultimately, like, you probably get more value out of the ball capsules. So in this regard, I'd say the Pokemon Sword and Shield, the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl contest probably wins out. All right, so now we're actually going to jump into the contests themselves. And for this one, I'm gonna ditch the split screen for a bit, and we're gonna jump in and we're gonna go through them one by one, just because there's a lot of content on the screen and a lot of things I want to showcase. So let's jump in, and we'll start with the new contest, and then we'll showcase the old contest, and then I'll talk about it and discuss which one I think is better, and then I'll ask what you guys think as well. So, all right, let's jump right back after we've jumped into a contest. Alrighty, guys, we are jumping into the brand new contest. So we're doing a beauty contest normal rank here with our Infernape because, again, that's what the Poffins that we got. So I do want to focus on those. So that was so much crap that came out with the Pokeball, but again, the crowd loved it, man. That was like just an explosion of random effects. So again, that's what the ball capsules are going to do. Obviously, I just tossed a ton of them on there, and we got, I think, 3 hearts or so. So the crowd loved it, man. Okay, so basically, the first thing that we're going to do is the dance part of the competition, and this is literally just Guitar Hero. So there's a couple things here I can do. Like, I can use my contest move to get me some more points. So showing off the close combat is going to fill up my hype gauge, stop it from going down. And then the rest of this, honestly, is again, just a rhythm game. So I just click A as these guys go by, and that's it. That's the entire contest. But yeah, that's it. This is it. This is the whole contest. So very, very different than the old contest where, you're kind of doing this thing where you're trying to I guess kind of plan out things. You're not really planning here. You're just kind of clicking the A button over and over again. So if you like rhythm games, if you thought the old system for contests was too complex, then this is probably something that you'll actually enjoy more. But it honestly, guys, I'm gonna level with you. It takes just about all of the thinking out of a contest. Like, I'm literally just clicking the A button here. That's it. There's nothing. There's really nothing else to this. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not like it's boring. It's just watered down. It almost feels like a little lazy to me. Like, yes, it's a new mini game, but like the old system was so complex because every single move in the game needed to be not only have a contest effect, but also was required to have a category. So by removing the categories, they remove some work on the back end for adding all the new moves that have been introduced to Pokemon since the original Diamond and Pearl. So I get why they did this system this way, but I don't like it because that's it. That's the whole contest. We're done. That's the whole thing. So it also definitely goes a lot quicker. And unbelievably, I tied, which I don't even know if that was possible in the past. Probably was. But that was pretty impressive. I can't believe we actually tied there. So, but hey, a tie is a win, I guess. So we'll take that. We'll take that, I guess. So hey, we're a star of the show. So now we get Beauty Sticker A as a reward, and that's our reward. That's it. So yeah. So if we go over here and we jump over into our contest ribbons, we don't get any. I know I was on Golem there, but we don't get any. So that's it. That's literally the entire system for the brand new contest in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Now, when you go up different levels, there is like a final level that's like the Shining contest level, and I'm pretty sure at the top level of that you will actually get a ribbon. But let's no spoilers. Let's go in. Let's jump back to the original Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and let's do a contest there and just see how things are different. So we will be right back when we jump back into the original Diamond and Pearl. Alrighty, guys, we are back, and we are now doing the contest on the original Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. And now I know the resolution is probably a little goofy when it's not like half screen, but just bear with me. It's an old game, okay? All right, so let's jump into the contest. So to decorate our Pokemon, we actually do that after we jump into the contest. So let's go ahead and jump into the contest first, and then we'll dress up our Banary, and we'll be good to go. So we're gonna jump into the contest hall. And this time we're going to go ahead and do a smart contest, right? So we're going to do a normal rank, and we're going to do the smart contest because our Banary has mostly smart moves. So, all right. Great. We are entry number 4. Perfect. Always the last person to show up, man. We're really slacking. And then, of course, we change into our wonderful contest tuxedo. We could have done that on the old game too, but Nah, it don't matter. All right, so let's jump in and let's hit this contest. All right. Cool, cool. You gotta love it. The cool thing is like the contest room itself actually didn't change too much. Like you can actually walk in and check it out. It actually looks pretty much the same, the stage. So that's something that I always liked about it. All right. And we get to introduce all of the AIs, which I'm glad they kind of did away with this. I mean, it still does it when they send out their Pokemon, but it's not great. Okay, so one thing you'll immediately know is the different stages of the competition for the old contest. They're definitely more like flushed out. Like this is this part, this is this part. Like, okay, so the theme it says right now is the colorful. That's right. You also have themes, and when you try and meet the themes the best you can, you get more points towards the visual part, right? So again, my goal here is the colorful. So I'm just going to toss as many colorful things as I can here, but I think I only get 5 accessories. So I do have to be fairly quick about it, but that's okay. Just going to try and make this as colorful as possible. All right, let's just replace Baneri's ear here because it just looks like the same thing as the ear fluff anyway. We'll get a blue in here as well and a yellow. Make this as colorful as possible. And then you can also change the backdrop. So we'll go ahead and put our Baneri in a field, and then we're all done. But again, this is the visual part. You get like 6 seconds to do it. Try and meet the theme. But already, like you can tell, this is more involved than just, you know, throwing out your Pokeball. Like this is a whole process on its own. All right, but we're all done. Let's go ahead and submit our colorful Baneri. And then we get to see what everybody did. And it lasts longer than like a millisecond because that's one of the problems as well with the new contest is they send out the ball with the ball capsule. It's just like a half a second explosion. So, dang, dude, look at that pretty Barboach. I guess that's smart Barboach. All right, so 2 stars for Barboach, or hearts. Sorry. Looks like the Shellos here. Dang, dude, that Shellow's looking good. I can't even, dude. All right. None of these guys are like screaming colorful though. Like I feel like I'm screaming colorful, but what do I know? Oh, you know what? I'm digging that though. Not for a theme of colorful. If the theme was nature, dude, that Psyduck would have had it. All right, dude. And then me just spamming as much crap as I possibly can on Baneri. Look at all those stars, man. Look at how colorful I am. All right, so now we jump into the dance competition. So. Let's do it. Can the backup dancers flawlessly match? Let's find out. All right. So this case, what we're going to do is we're actually going to copy what the Barboach does. Done. So again, similar to kind of the rhythm game in the new ones, but definitely a little different, right? A little different. Like, I definitely prefer this system, this dance competition, a little better, personally. All right, so we got green, green, red. Easy. Boom. We are just killing it right now, guys. Nice. Yeah, we are clearly the favorite to win this competition. I'm also just digging the music in general. Baneri's just the best, man. You just can't compete, especially not when you're jumping. All right. Boom. Perfect. It's pretty hard not to get perfect on your own dance, though. Like, let's be honest here. Aw, I got the good there. Not ideal. All right. So then they rate the dance competition, and then there's the final part of the contest. And of course, we're leading in points. All right, so the acting competition, this is the bread and butter of the contest. This is where the entire thing is won or lost, right? This is where the judges have their favor, and this is why every single move in the game has basically something that allows you to do different things, right? So I'm starting it off, so I may as well just kick it off. So you can see that I have a number of moves here. Oh, I didn't realize I went all tough. Oh no. So actually that's kind of a problem. Like I thought I made my Baneri all smart. Whoops. All right. So voltage goes up in a row +3. I'm actually going to start off with a tough move just to show you guys what that looks like. And then we'll do it to Dexter here. You get to pick which judge you want to make go up and down. So they're not going to like that it's a tough move in a smart contest, and we'll see that affected later on. All right, so now everybody goes through, uses their first move, raises or lowers the judge's levels, and then we'll go from there. Dizzy performed confusion. Oh, yeah, that's also another aspect of this, too, is you don't want to perform for the same judge twice, because by doing so, you will lose some points. All right, so now, but he did use a smart move, so the meter will go up on the left judge. Dang, dude, everybody's performing for Wiggy here. Feels bad. But because we didn't use a smart move, our meter didn't go up. All right, cool. So then after this, it'll basically change up the order to be wherever the person goes. All right. Dexter, and since I was the only person that performed for Dexter, I get a triple boost, which is pretty awesome. So I will maintain my position of first place, and then gain a bunch of it, and then whoever scored the worst will get to go first. So now that I go last, it's probably worth using Rock Smash here, because if I do that, I will get the final performance bonus. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick to perform to Kira here because nobody performed for her last time, and we'll go from there. But as you can see, every single move kind of plays in differently, and you really have to balance which judge you pick, which judge has current voltage going up, and you honestly want to make sure that you're trying to max out that voltage, because if you can max out a judge's voltage, you get a bunch of bonus stars in this. So that's kind of what I'm saving my smart move for, because you also don't want to use the same move twice in a row, because that's actually super bad for you if you do that. You basically will lose quite a bit of points. And I only have one smart move, so I got to be careful about how I use it. All right, so this worked out pretty well because I'm performing last, and I'm the only person performing for this judge, so that's pretty good. All right. But yeah, each of the you can definitely tell each of the three aspects of the competition all have a major role, right? Because the dress up plays its part. The dancing is its own minigame, which is basically the whole entire new contest is really just the dancing portion of the old contest. And then finally, obviously, this acting session. It takes a lot of time. Really cool session. But yeah, so now that we've got an idea of this, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, speed up to the end of this contest, because we already have a pretty good idea of how this works. And, then we're going to go ahead and show you guys the contest results, show you guys the ribbons, and then give you guys my thoughts. So, we will be right back. Alrighty guys, so the contest is just finished. So now it's time to do the judging. So I want to make sure you guys don't miss out on how the game does handle the judging. So we are back, and, I really wonder who's going to win this one. Ironically, in my match, the voltage never maxed out, so nobody ever got the giant boost. But so what it's going to do is it's going to rate you on each category. So it's going to start off with the visual competition, and then all of those hearts matter, right? So obviously, I killed it with the visual competition. I was really the only person that met the theme of colorful. So obviously, and again, Poffins do help there as well. All right, so dance competition's next. Again, that one's always going to be fairly even because the AI tends to be pretty decent at that one. And then last but not least, however many hearts you picked up during the acting competition. Most of the time, this will be the main determining factor on whether or not you win or lose. But not always. Not always. Maybe not in the higher level contests. All right, and there you guys have it. We have officially won the competition. You did great, Baneri. You did great. I'm very proud of you. Even though I put you in the wrong contest, Baneri, you did fabulous. Dude, I thought I moved it all the smart moves, and I just moved it all the tough moves. That's a real feels bad. But luckily, it all worked out in the end. Alrighty, we get the congratulations here, and we get the smart ribbon. Hey, we actually get a ribbon for winning a contest? Wow, man, imagine that. So we'll go ahead and check out our ribbon, but that is basically how that works. So now since we've done the normal level, we can jump up to the next level. All right, so let's go ahead and get our prize. We also get a green beret, which is awesome because that's going to be for the for the fashion case. So all right. So let's jump in and let's check out our ribbons. So, go into our Pokemon. And now if we jump over into Baneri here, we can now see our cool ribbon. All right. So, and the awesome thing about ribbons in this game, you can get a ton of them because you get a ribbon for every single level, right? So if we do smart level ultra, smart level great, smart level master, we will keep getting ribbons. Ultimately the reason I think they took this out is because throughout the years, Pokemon has added a ridiculous number of new ribbons to the game, as well as marks, which didn't exist back in this. So I think they just did this to make this area less cluttered. So Pokemon were running around with like 40 ribbons and marks, but it's dumb. I strongly disagree with this. I think ribbons were such a cool thing, and in the later games, if you take this Pokemon, for example, all the way to Sword and Shield, and I had like 10 of these ribbons, it will just smash them all together into one ribbon, which is honestly super, super lame. In my opinion, a mistake. I guess they just didn't want Pokemon to have too many ribbons, but super lame, dude. Because if your Pokemon earned 40 ribbons, let that Pokemon have 40 ribbons. But what do I know? I've just been playing Pokemon forever. But anyway, guys, that will be it. So that is going to be the comparison for you guys. So I got to know, what do you guys like? Do you guys like the longer, more complex contests that actually, have a little bit more thinking, a little bit more strategy involved on when you use certain moves, how you perform for judges? Or do you guys like the Guitar Hero style of the later contests, right? Where you just dance and that's it? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and yeah, I'm curious. My personal opinion, I love the old contest style. Every one of the 3 sections felt distinct. Now it just feels like one section of the contest, because like decorating the Pokeball, you're not probably even doing that for contests. I don't know, it just feels too quick, kind of lame. And the fact that you don't even get a ribbon for winning independent levels, I don't love it. I'll admit. Overall, the contests too are much, much harder in the newer game, right? Because you saw, like in this one, the decoration section, I won almost the entire contest based on the visual section. Even in the one I did in Shining Pearl, you can tell there that I barely won that one, right? Like I tied for first place, for goodness sakes. So the contests have gotten much harder, much faster, and much less rewarding. So overall, I'm going to say that the contests have taken a big L overall. Though the ball capsules are a nice win, but again, those aren't just for contests. So like the only reason they're a win is because they're also just for the normal game. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think. And again, this is episode 1 of our brand new series, Then versus Now. So if you guys want to see episode 2 of Then versus Now, where I tackle the Grand Underground, let me know by hitting that subscribe button and leaving a comment. All right, guys, I will see you next time.